Hey guys, this is here bringing you another video. Welcome to League Discussion, the series I take a topic, rip it apart, my own opinions, experiences, and encourage you guys to join in the conversation in the comment section below. I will say that unfortunately there's no spare gameplay on the screen right now. All the gameplay that I'm recording is going into videos on Rank to Diamond or Climb to Master. And yeah, so apologies for that. I will say this episode is going to be done with QT as a partnered video. So in the description, there'll be a QT talking about placement games. And what I want you guys to do is on the QT, when you actually go to comment, you'll click what rating were you last season. And then in your little like text, say what you went in placement games and what did you end up in? What rating did you get? The reason why I want to do this is one, I'm interested again now to see where my audience kind of got placed. But secondly, so other people watching this video and who go on the QT can know where other people got placed of similar ratings to where they were last season. So if somebody was Silver 3 and went 5 wins, 5 losses and ended up in Silver 5, well, if you're watching this video and you were Silver 3 and you're doing your placement games, then it gives you a general idea of where you may go, basically. But this whole league discussion is going to be talking about placement games. How do they work and that type of thing. Because a lot of people get confused about them, and I generally make this type of video around this type of year to save people confusion, to save the same comment that gets put in videos. How did you get that rating? This, that, or I got bronze 5, Riot sucks, all that type of thing. I try to make this video basically just to kind of stop that happening. First big point I want to make is one of the biggest myths out there that some people believe, which I don't know how. Performance of how well you do in games has no correlation of how well, one, you do in placements, but two, how much LP you get. Your performance means diddly squat in League of Legends. You can be 0 and 20, but if you win a game, you'll gain the exact same MMR, the exact same LP if you were legendary. It makes no impact on League of Legends ranked. Some people have called for it, of saying, oh, it should. I don't think so. League's a team game. If it was a 1v1 game, then it doesn't really matter because it's your self-performance, but League isn't that. League is a team game, and part of the skill is League is cooperating with random people in solo queue. So no, it shouldn't be based on performance, because again, the only people that generally think that are the Riven mains, the Vaynes, the Yasuo players. They're the people that want performance-based because they're the worst team players in the game. Generally, not always, but generally. So how do placements work? Well, again, if you're completely oblivious to what I'm talking about, every single year a new League of Legends ranked season occurs. Think of it like the Premiership. It goes away and it comes back. At the beginning of the season, a soft reset happens. So if you played ranked in the past, your rating gets a little bit reset, and then you've got to do 10 games to get placed again. The exact same happens if you're a completely fresh account. You've got to do 10 games to know where you're going to be beginning ranked. One obviously big thing that a lot of people that I see rage are going, how did this person get that? I got bronze 5. How did you get platinum? Your last rating, so say we're in season 8 now, whatever rating you got in season 7, technically the end of preseason, that counts towards your ranking. So it doesn't completely forget what rating you were. If you're bronze in Season 7 preseason, or Season 8 preseason, it's not forgetting that you were bronze. It's taking that into consideration. And that's why that you're a bronze player, you'll probably still end up in bronze. If you're a silver player, you'll probably still end up in silver. And a lot of people, especially in lower ratings, hate this system. But I want to make it very clear, the people that get screwed the most out of this system isn't the low rating people, it's the high rating people. And again, this isn't even personal bias, this is just common sense. If you're a silver 4 player and you do average in your placements, you may get bronze 1, you may get silver 5, which isn't that far away from where you ended the rank season. If you're rank 1 challenger, literally you're the best player in solo queue, the maximum rank you can get in placements is platinum 1. That is the highest rank you can get. So that is a lot further distance, Platinum 1 to Rank 1 Challenger, than if you were Silver 4 now getting Silver 5 or Bronze 1. It's worlds apart. The reason why you don't hear a lot of high rating players complain about it is because we don't really care. we're just going to climb. Like, right now, my main account, a bit of a spoiler, like, this video may come out before some episodes of Climb to Master, I don't know. But my main account now, we're already in Diamond. We're already, like, climbing in Diamond. I've already been in one promo, which was going to be for Diamond 3, but unfortunately I didn't hit it, so I'm probably not going to skip Diamond 4 anymore. But I'm back in promo again, so I'll probably get Diamond 4. There is a very small chance I might skip Diamond 4, but it's unlikely. But yeah, you just climb, you just get on with it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So that's why whenever you hear people complaining about placements, it's generally the lower rating people. Because the high rating people go, I'll just climb anyway. Like, who cares? Because high rating people generally know that the rank system, it's legit. It will get you to the rating that you deserve in the end. And that's another big point before we explain exactly how the placements work. You're not supposed to get the rating you deserve from placements. Again, don't be impatient. You've got a whole, basically, year, practically. It's about 9 months, give or take, to get the rating you deserve. So if you got the rating you deserve in the first 10 games, what are you going to do the rest of the season? Like, it's a long experience. The general rule of thumb that I would go by for the average person that's climbing in League for the first time, if you're silver or gold or whatever, the first half of the season at least should be getting to the rating that you were last season. So say you were gold 3 and you got placed in silver 2, well, the first half of the season, get back to gold 3. If you get there quicker, great. But generally the first half, I would say, get to the rating that you were last season. Then, for the rest of the season, so another 4 odd months, that is your climbing time. That is when you should be going up in rating and achieving new ranks. And that's the way that I would kind of look at it. So if you're right now going, oh god, I'm not at the rating was last season, we're only like 10 days of me recording this. We're 10 days since the new season. So there's nothing to panic about. Don't worry about it. But I just thought I'd make that point. So let's now go into how do placements actually work. Because again, another big myth is it just goes off your wins and losses. This is false. It does not go off your wins and losses. They just help to the rating you're going to end up with. So is it true that if you go 10 wins and 0 losses, the likelihood of you getting high rating or higher rating is high? Yes, but it's not because you got the wins, it's the MMR that's underneath. So some people have used the example for me, is my last season of Ranked to Diamond, we went 10 wins, 0 losses, and I ended up in Gold 1. It's like, oh, can you not get Platinum? No, you can, but unfortunately the MMR must have not been in our favour, which I'll explain in a minute. But obviously our new Unranked to Diamond account, we went 6 wins, 4 losses, and we ended up in Silver 2. I've already seen some people in the comments and private messages going, I did the exact same thing as you, I was silver, whatever, and you got placed higher than me. How? Okay, so I'm hoping I'm not going to lose people here. I'm going to try and explain it. I'll explain it slowly, and I'll explain it as best I can. In League of Legends, you have a thing called MMR, which is Matchmaking Rating, which is the hidden number that you'll never see. Some websites give you a number. They're not accurate. They don't have the official MMR calculator. Only Riot has it. It's a hidden number that is the reason why you get your teammates, and it's the reason why you have the enemy against you. If there wasn't an MMR, there'd be challenges versus bronze players. So your matchmaking rating is the reason why you're in the games you are. When you're doing your placements, you are either on the team that is expected to win or the team that is expected to lose. And there is nothing you can do about that. The game just puts you onto one of these teams, depending which team has better MMR. If you win the game that you're expected to win, your team has higher MMR than the enemy team, well, guess what? You're expected to win anyway, so you're not actually going to gain that much rating, because the system thought you was going to win anyway. The opposite of that is if you're on the underdog team, that your MMR is lower than the enemy's team MMR, and you win the game, then you're going to gain a lot of rating. So the way of placements, and why I have said for the past couple of years, a bit of luck is involved, because there's nothing you can do about it. If you go 10 wins and 0 losses, but in every single win, you were on the team that was expected to win, well, that's actually not that good, because the system expected you to win, so you're not actually going to get that high rated. It's still obviously good to go 10 wins, 0 losses. You don't want to lose at all, but that's how you go 10 wins and 0 losses and only end up in Gold 1. instead of platinum. Where the flip side of that is if you go 10 wins and 0 losses, but every single game you were on the underdog team, the team that is supposed to lose, well, guess what? You're going to gain a hell of a lot more rating than if you were expected to win. Therefore, you might get platinum from a brand new account. So that is generally how it works. Obviously, then the flip side happens if you're losing, that if you're on the team that is expected to win and you lose, you're going to lose a lot of rating, you're going to lose a lot of MMR, and you're going to get punished more. If you lose a game you're expected to lose, you're on the underdog team and you do lose, you're not going to get punished that much. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I explained it as well as I probably could. But that's it. There's nothing you can do about it apart from just win as many games as you can. You can't affect of which team is the underdog, which team is expected to win. That is already pre-done by the system. So that's why a bit of luck is involved, that if you win games that you're expected, like if you go 5 wins and 5 losses, in every 5 win, you as the underdog team, so you gain a lot of rating, but then every single 5 losses, you are also the underdog team, so you don't lose that much. You'll end up in a higher rating on average than somebody that just went 5 wins, 5 losses, like, on the other side. It's really confusing, but hopefully you guys get it, because, yeah. But that's how it works. So, yes, it is wins and losses, but it's what's underneath the wins and losses that you guys can't even affect. So that's why I always suggest to people, don't get too heavily invested in placement games. Don't feel that frustrated about them. They're only the first 10 games of the season. Just do them, get them out the way, and climb. You know, I've partially been kind of thinking the past couple seasons, is it even worth doing for higher rating people? Like, if you got Diamond last season, or if you got, like, I don't know, minimum, if you got Diamond 3 last season, you just start a Platinum 1 in the next season. Because it's very hard not to get Platinum 1 as a higher rating player in the new season. Like even me on my main account, I finished, I think, in preseason Diamond 4, which isn't even that high, and I went, I think, 5 wins, 5 losses, and I still ended up in Platinum 1. Like, a challenger person can go 0 and 10 and still end up in Platinum 1. It's literally impossible not to. So potentially in higher rating, they need to come up with something a bit different, or raise that maybe it's not just Platinum anymore. Because again, this system that had Platinum 1 at the highest, Master didn't exist, and I don't even think Challenger existed back then. So, or it might have just come into the game. So maybe like make it like, oh, the maximum you can get in placements is Diamond 4 or Diamond 3 or something for like Challenger people, so they're just kind of a little bit higher anyway. That may help, but yeah, like placement games, they're not that big of a deal. But hopefully that explains it. If it did, let me know. If you want any further explanation, I can try to help in the comments. But again, this video was partnered with QT, so go in the description. Let people know what rank you were last season. Let people know what wins and losses you did do, and let them know what rating you got. Again, wins and losses don't mean everything, but it will give you a rough idea of where you're probably going to end up. But that is why 2 people can start placements in the same rating, do the exact same wins and losses, but end up in different ratings, because it's a different MMR. But anyway, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, throw a like on it, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys next time.